What's up, guys? Jason up in New 80's Revolution, straightening the camera down here in the cave. That's right, a slim, trim, svelte-looking 80's Revolution. Doing all right. Making some noticeable strides in the, in the esophagus department. We're doing okay. We're doing all right. Meds seem to be working. Eating is actually picked up a great deal, and I think we're headed in the right direction. That's what we're going to call it. Headed in the right direction. Okay, I don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about first of all the big announcement, the big news. The big news is the couch has been ordered. That's right, the couch has been ordered. I paid off my Amazon card and then immediately put another $320 back on the Amazon card. The couch will be here next week. Yes, we did it. We ordered the couch and it's on its way. It is a no tools required couch, so I assume it'll come in maybe 2 boxes. I don't know. It's a 3-seater. It's a full-size couch. I can lay on it, and I'm just looking at where it's going to go. I'm excited. The couch is coming, and I think that's a sign of the, of how I'm feeling. That I want the couch down here. So we got it coming. All right. So let's do. Let's talk about, like the couch not being here is like, this is like the pre-grand opening of the show, of the channel again, the pre-re-grand opening, because, the couch is kind of like the grand opening, the grand reopening. So now we're just doing a few pre-shows just to get us through until the couch comes. And now I'm going to tell you what I have been watching. I've been spending a lot of time on the couch, watching a lot of TV. And I finished Twilight Zone, the 80's series, which is 13 discs, probably about, 6 to 8 episodes per disc. So, I don't know, whatever, 13 times 8. It was a bunch. It ran from 85 to 89, and it was fine. I mean, if you're a fan of like Tales from the Dark Side, Freddy's Nightmares, maybe even a little Tales from the Crypt, just really toned down. You would like this. It's good. It's fine. There were a couple of episodes that were just like I just skipped through. They just didn't really do it for me, and I just found myself like browsing on my phone or something like that. But other than that, this is a fun, modernized Twilight Zone. I'm looking forward to watching the original Twilight Zone because I want to see, because by the 80's, horror and horror writing was already, decades old. I want to see it from an earlier horror writing or sci-fi writing perspective. So I think the early Twilight Zone, the original, which I own and I'll watch, I'm looking forward to that one. Maybe even a little bit more than this now that I've seen this. But this is fine. This is good. I enjoyed it. So that means we have to start a new TV show, and I am already into Alien Nation. I am on episode 6 of Alien Nation. Unfortunately, there's only 22 episodes. This did not last long at all on Fox. But this was definitely a Saturday night, sleep over my dad's house, watch Cops, watch Alien Nation. This is really good. This is really, really good. If you have not seen this, I don't know where it's streaming. I don't know anything about that. But find this and watch it. First 6 episodes have been great so far. Basically, aliens have arrived. They have, they're called newcomers. This fella right here, come on. That's kind of what they look like. They got the spots on their head. Other than that, they're human, right? They look human. And so this is not an alien invasion show. They're already here and they're living amongst us. So they're working with us. Their children are going to school. These two guys are police officers together. They're partners. So that's a fun little. The human has to get used to the alien partner, but it's really good. It's really good. There's alien bad guys, there's alien good guys, there's human bad guys, human good guys. So, there's a lot of cop work, and then like family stuff, and it's good. I love it. The pilot is on here, the 1.5 hour pilot. I guess is episode 1. And it's good. It's a full length movie. But I think that there's also a movie that came out after the show. I think I gotta look. I think that there's a movie that follows the show, and I don't know why it only went 22 episodes, but it's pretty good. I like it. Go watch Alien Nation. All right, movies that I've seen. I'll group them into my little subcategories here. Subcategory 1, animal movies. I love me some aggressive animal movies, right? And Strays is really good if you're afraid of cats, and I'm afraid of cats. No offense to Bella, my man Stephen Brown, no offense. But I feared that I would pet Bella, and then she would say, "Oh, that's lovely," and then she'd claw my eyeballs out, unprovoked, unannounced, and then she'd eat me. So I'm afraid of cats, and Strays is a good movie if you are afraid of cats. A family moves into an old farmhouse, and for some reason there's a horde of evil cats that live there, led by a cat leader. There is a leader of the cats, which is pretty cool. He just kind of like sits there and like directs the other cats to attack. Timothy Busfield is in this. I think he was in 30 something or whatever. But it's good. It's good. And there's some really, there's like a good final fight scene in both of these movies that I'm going to tell you about. Think like Rocky, like final fight between, the actor, the character, and the cat. It's better than you'd think, but Strays is really good. Arachnophobia, if you are afraid of Arax, obviously. Spiders, if you're a spider, if you're afraid of spiders. Arachnophobia. I think people who haven't seen it think it's like a comedy. It's not. It's not. No. If you're afraid of spiders, there's nothing funny about it. John Goodman's in it. He's funny. But, again, another family moves into a small town farmhouse, and spiders live there. And there's a king spider that leads the other spiders. And there's a final fight between, Jeff Daniels and the spider. And it's intense. It's good. This is good. The cats kill people. The spiders kill people. Arachnophobia. It's almost free, this movie, on Blu-ray. It's like $4.99 on Amazon. Let's go horror. I like movies like this. I like disaster movies. I like, I don't know, I'd love for there to be like a movie about a roller coaster that like gets stuck and people have to climb down from a Ferris wheel or something. I love, movies like that. And this one is called Fall, and it's good if this is what you like, and this is the stuff I like. It's simple. These two girls, these thrill seekers, they climb a 2,000-foot abandoned radio tower, and then they can't get down. and most of the movie is them trapped on the radio tower trying to figure out how not to die, and it's good. It's good. If you're like, I don't know how they did it, but it really looks like they're 2,000 feet up, and you can feel the wind blowing and the birds are attacking them, and it's just cool. Again, it plays on some of the things that people are afraid of: spiders, cats, heights. And there's a cool little twist in this movie as well, which you didn't really expect when it was like you didn't know it was going to happen, and then you didn't know while it was happening, and then you find out it happened. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good little twist. Everybody critiques this movie that I've read because, like, you know, you don't really, I don't want to spoil anything for you, but they don't really close it up all that well. And people are like, well, you know, well, how did that happen? And how did this happen? And then I've even read reviews from climbers who are criticizing the climbing techniques. And I'm like, wow, man, you got to, like, figure out what movies are and what they're not. But Fall, it's okay. It's okay. Don't spend a lot for it. Find it somewhere on your streaming devices and watch Fall. Watch a couple of girls climb a tower. A little bit more of a mainstream movie, Smile. Smile I thought was cool. I liked it a little bit. If you've ever seen a movie called It Follows, which I don't think anybody has, it didn't do as well as I think it should have. This is kind of like It Follows. There's a curse or a thing or a whatever that gets in you, and you pass it on to another person by smiling at them and then killing yourself. And then if the person witnesses you do that, they become cursed or whatever, and then they have to smile and kill themselves. So, you know, you find out why all this is happening, sort of. Sort of. I still didn't figure out why this is happening. You know, they kind of tell you at the end, but I'm like, I still don't get it. But, you know, it's a one-time kind of deal. You watch Smile, and it's fine. It's just, you know, when I watch horror, I just watch horror. You know, I just watch it just to watch it. I don't sit there and be, oh, this is so ridiculous. I just watch horror and try to be, you know, intimidated by it or jump scared by it. I like that stuff. That's what horror is. The Howling I finally watched. Now I say finally because this movie has been in my face since 1984. This movie has, and this is probably not true, but my memory is this movie was advertised on HBO every single night. Every single night, HBO would say, tonight at 11, The Howling. Always. I just feel like it was always on HBO at night in the 80s, period. And I never saw it. And now I have. And I didn't care to see it because I don't like vampires and I don't like werewolves. Those kinds of movies don't interest me. But this is pretty good. It's okay. You know, you got Dee Wallace, and she's a news reporter. And she gets assaulted by a guy that she's doing a story on. And she, you know, her psychiatrist says, you should go to this retreat that I have and just relax for a while. And she says, well, that sounds great. She's kind of like having a hard time with the assault, obviously. So she goes, and, you know, it's a compound and all for werewolves. And they want to either kill her or, you know, make her into one of their own. And that's it. That's kind of the movie. Yeah, it's The Howling. 1981. It's good. It's okay. Just watch it. I'm recommending all of these so far. All of them. There's one I'm not going to recommend. Maybe two. Love the disaster movies. Love the Poseidon Adventure and Towering Inferno and Titanic and you know, wherever anybody, if you're trapped somewhere, I'm going to watch. So this popped up in Amazon because I bought the Poseidon Adventure a long time ago, and then this was in like a suggested thing. The Hindenburg, yeah, it's okay. It has the feel of a made-for-TV movie. I don't know if it was or not. I almost feel like it was a made-for-TV movie. 2 hours and 6 minutes. I mean, we all know what happened with the Hindenburg, but it's a 2 hour and 6 minute movie. So a lot of the movie is just life on the Hindenburg until like the last 20 minutes when the Hindenburg goes down. So that's not exactly what I wanted. I didn't want to just watch a movie about people on this big blimp living and doing their thing. George C. Scott is in it. He's kind of like security. He knows that something's up. There's a rumor, you know, that somebody's going to try to bomb the Hindenburg for whatever reason. and he tries to find out who before it's too late. And we all know how this ends. There's not a Hindenburg part 2. The interesting part of this, interesting slash creepy, was they spliced in actual Hindenburg crash footage into the end of this movie. While the Hindenburg is going down, they show you the real footage of it, which was, they kind of made it part of the movie, which was, kind of heavy. If you didn't know that it was the real footage, you'd thought, wow, they did a really good job with this disaster. But no, it's the real footage. Also, something I didn't really know, a lot of people survived the Hindenburg. A lot of people did not, but there were survivors. They, kind of like the Titanic. There were people who survived after it hit the ground. All right, a couple more here from the 80s, just watching some beautiful 80s movies. Cloak and Dagger, I might have already reviewed. I might not have. This is so good because of the atmosphere of the movie. Okay, I didn't know why the cover looked like an Atari 5200 game. It's because it's about an Atari 5200 game. And there are so many scenes in this movie that are like just, there's like a computer store and there's all these Atari games lined up and Atari packages and boxes, and it's you get a lot of scenes in that one particular computer store. Basically, there's a secret embedded into this Cloak and Dagger video game, and it falls into the hands of Elliot from E.T., and I think that's all he goes by is Elliot from E.T., but it falls into his hands. He's a gamer, and the bad guys want the game back because there's some like war secrets in there, or terrorist secrets or whatever. And so they know he's got it, and they try to hunt him down and kill him and take the game. And he's, running away from the bad guys and doing that. The whole time he's got like this imaginary friend who's a detective, investigator kind of guy, adventurer, and he's helping him along the way. But he's imaginary. But he's his dad, but he's imaginary. It's okay. I love it. I love it just for the scenery. Just view it. Just watch it. Just watch the visuals. You'll love it. You'll just enjoy just sitting around watching Elliot play Atari 5200. Another one from the 80s that I didn't think I was going to like. In fact, I almost turned it off. I don't know why I bought it, and now I'm glad I did because it's a good one. Dream a Little Dream. I think this is from Vestron. Yeah, like the Vestron. This is like number 25. I don't know, whatever. Vestron series. Dream a Little Dream has two of my least favorite people in the world in it, both Corys. I can't stand them. But this movie turned me a little on Corey Feldman. Corey Haim I can't stand. But Corey Feldman, I got a little soft on him in this movie. It didn't have me interested early on, but I stuck with it, and I'm glad I did. Corey Feldman and Jason Robards, right? This classic actor, Jason Robards, trade bodies. And Feldman's in high school and Robards is like 80, and they trade bodies, and they have to get they have to get back to their own body. And so it's like, I don't know, it's fun, and there's a lot of 80s high school stuff in here, and she's pretty nice to look at. Meredith Salinger right there. She kind of reminds me of Justine Bateman, who I was always a big fan of. But if you can tolerate Corey Haim's ridiculousness and just his face, if you can tolerate Corey Haim's face, you'll be okay with this. Give it, let it finish. Watch the whole thing. It's a nice story. Whatever. Dream a Little Dream. It's okay. The one I wouldn't recommend. I don't know what the big deal is with this movie. People rank these movies and they're just like, oh, it's one of the greatest movies of all time. I got this at a thrift store for like $2. And I said, well, I've never seen this. And everybody says it's so good. Animal House. John Belushi. Animal House. Didn't care. Who cares? I didn't like it. What is it? Frat movie. Ha ha ha. Funny. The stupid scene with the mashed potatoes. How did you have who cares? I didn't think it was that great. I watched it over like 3 nights. And I was like, okay, great. the wild nutty antics of the frat boys. I really don't know what the big deal is about Animal House, and I don't know what the big deal about John Belushi is either. But yeah, I watched it. I'm glad I only paid $2 for it. But Animal House, I don't recommend it. Yeah, I don't recommend it. Or The Godfather. I don't recommend Godfather either. There's your very professional New York Times style movie reviews from the New 80s Revolution. That is what I've been doing. And I'm going to, maybe I'll definitely watch another episode of Alien Nation tomorrow night. And I'm currently watching Coming to America. That's always fun. I've just got this huge stack of Blu-rays on my TV, my TV stand there, that just sit there. And I go through them very slowly. But that's it. Those are my movies. And boy, oh boy, when this TV comes, or when this couch comes, we got a lot of room we got some cleanup. We got some cleanup. The room has like totally paused since I got sick, and I've done nothing. I've done nothing down here, and so I gotta get it cleaned up, and we will. Whew, it's almost as intimidating as it was when I first did the remodel, but the couch will come. The door will get thrown out. The end tables will get decorated. The coffee table will get the doily treatment, and the pictures will get hung, and we will be in business. And then I can finally lay on the couch and watch a VHS tape with you all. I can't wait. Okay, that's all. We will see you all next time. Good night now.